Hi, I'm Madison, excuse me, from Madison's Medicine, and I just wanted to share with you today just a few quick tips to empower your canine care, and then I'm gonna also later on share something with you to empower your feline care, because they are very different. Energy is the same, whatever species, but how we approach that energy can be very different between dogs and cats and horses. So let's look at dogs first, okay? A quick and easy way to deal with shock. So your own pet, your own animal companion could have a shock, or you could be dealing with a rescue animal, a traumatized animal of any kind. Very rare in a dog's life they're going to get through it without some kind of trauma, okay? Trauma and shock is fine, but it has to pass through the body, and it's when it gets stuck in the body that it can begin to do harm. It can travel up, especially up the back legs, along the spine, to certain points on the spine, which carry that disturbed, shocked energy, if you want, round to the organs. Now, this could take a long time. This could take years, months or years. It's not something that happens immediately, but it will happen. And that can cause a weakness in that particular organ. So you want to get the shock out of your dog's body as quickly and as naturally as possible. You're not forcing it, okay? You're encouraging it to move through in its natural way rather than get stuck. It's when energy gets stuck and stagnant in a dog that pain, stiffness, and problems can occur. Now, the easiest place of all, there's three places I'm going to show you. And the easiest place of all is actually on the tips of the ears. I've got a pair of ears to show you here. Just on the inside tip of the ear, you have these shock points. They're not actually acupressure points of any kind, but they are related to shock. And you can just squeeze and rub them carefully. What I find if I'm working with a dog with shock, is first I will come in for the mummy lick up the side of the mouth, just very gentle, and then up over the ear, down behind the ear and off the front legs. That is sedating or harmonizing the triple warmer meridian, which goes into overdrive when they're shocked or they're traumatized or they're challenged or they're stressed in any way. So mummy lick up over the ears, down the ears and off the front legs, and then take the tip of the ears and just massage. You can massage, not too firmly, judge your dog as you're doing it. Are they happy with you doing it or not? But that will help. And also tittle tattle, I call it tittle tattle. So just saying, let it go through. You are safe, you are well, I am here, all is well. Those words carry an energy of reassurance. The dog needs to feel safe. So by doing that, by tittle-tattling, whilst you're sedating triple warmer, you're working the shock point, it's all going to help that shock move through that dog's body quickly, naturally and efficiently, with the minimum disruption to their energies. The other shock point is on their Cupid's bow. If you can see, a dog's got a Cupid's bow, okay, which is just beneath their nose and their upper lip, just there. But they're not normally quite as keen for you to touch there as the tips of the ears. That's the most acceptable point. The third point is on each back paw, on the large pad, just to come round the legs, and then if they will let you, mine are very ticklish sometimes, just massage those two big pads on the back paws, okay? So that's three quick ways for you to move shock and trauma through your dog's body. Now, you may have been involved in that shock and trauma, so you need to make sure that you've got rid of any energy, shocked energy in your body. And for us humans, the shock points are on the bottom of our feet, on the heels. So maybe get a couple of pebbles, put your heels on them and really press down with pressure. Again, it's not an acupressure point, but it is a point that gathers the shock up and can enter the body that way. Because you need to be shock free, you need to be as balanced as possible, because by sheer osmosis, you will help your dog. So that's shock. Get yourself nicely balanced, help them. You may have to do it a few times, talk to them, and that shock moves through the body with the minimum of disruption. Okay, the other thing that moves energy through the body, which is that all dogs love it. I don't think I've ever met a dog that doesn't love it. It's a spinal flush. Okay, so you will start off the same way. Mummy lick up over the ears, down and off the front leg and paws 2 or 3 times, asking their permission. Say, I'm just going to work with you now. You know, you're going to enjoy it. I'm working from love and light. We're both going to enjoy this. You're introducing the idea, the concept, your hands, everything. Then you come under the occipital bone and just massage very, very gently along the occipital bone, and then down either side of the spine, not on the spine itself, but down either side of the spine, little circular movements. You can do it with your thumbs. Sometimes I hold Merlin's chest and just come down with 2 fingers, whatever feels good, whatever pressure. The dog will tell you what pressure it wants. It will either look at you and go, whoa, that's a bit too much. Oh, Merlin just pushes in on the hand. He wants it, you know, quite a deep pressure. Now, these are reflex points to every single organ in the body. Every part of the body is influenced by these points down either side of the spine, right down to the tail. And a tip here, when you're working on the spine, never stop at the base of the tail. Always carry on, even on a docked tail, if there are such things anymore, off the edge, off the end of the tail. Because you really try to get that energy moving. So this is going to affect every single organ of the body. And it's so simple. They love it being done. And if you do that every day, it's part of exploring your dog as well. You know, it's part of checking them out. Are they okay? Have they picked up a tick? Are any wounds on them? If, you know, my walk up the mountains, there's all sorts of things. They get themselves into scrapes with thorn bushes and everything. So, you know, a daily spinal flush serves so many purpose. Has such a lot of purpose. I can't think what I'm saying now, but you know what I mean. It does lots of things. The third thing I want to share with your dog, is one of the most profoundly simple but effective ways of healing a wound. Healing anything, but especially wounds. And I've done it on myself. I have 12 stitches down here, which you can't really see. And I did this technique on myself many years ago, okay, and no one ever sees that scar, right? So it's the power of the infinity sign, of the Tibetan healing sign, figure of 8, basically. Rub your hands together. Whenever you're going to work on your dog or yourself, you should always rub your hands together first and shake them off. Then with whatever finger you want, I often use the middle finger because it is the pericardium finger. It's a very sensitive yin finger. Say this was a wound on my dog. I don't have to touch the skin. That's the beauty of it. You're not risking infection. You can do it in the energy field, in the biofield over it. And you just come and you do lots of figure of 8s. Now you can do big ones, you can do small ones, you can do them in whatever direction you want. Just follow your instinct. Cover all your options if you want to do them horizontally, vertically, diagonally, but lots of figure of 8s. And at the same time, you keep your focus on these 8s. So it's very much about just saying that mantra, either in your head or out loud, of may this wound heal cleanly, freshly, you know, may all be well. So those 3 things cover most things that are going to happen to your 4-legged canine companion over time. You know, you can deal with shock, you can deal with every single organ, detoxing and strengthening every single organ with the spinal flush, and then wound healing with figure of 8s. Okay, so again, let me repeat. Often what's happening to a dog is a reflection on you. It's a mirror, almost. We all know that, don't we? So, always look at yourself first. Is it you that needs to be treated rather than the dog? Okay, just dwell on that. Just reflect on that, and then what I'd like you to do is make sure you are energetically balanced, and that by osmosis is the best healing gift that you can give your dog. Okay, so I'm going to stop there, but I want to share with you another few tips for feline rather, working with the cats, and also again, it's very all well and good saying be balanced, but what would that mean to you to be balanced? Okay, see you in a minute. Thank you.